Welcome to Looney Logic. We comprehend your stress due to job loss, but fret not. Today we'll guide you through job loss management in Canada. We'll discuss coping with emotional stress, negotiating your severance package, comprehending release letters to the application of employment insurance and benefits computation. Look forward to our detailed guide and useful tips to make this tough phase manageable. So, inhale deeply, and let's get started. Ever wonder what would happen if one day you lose your job? It's a question which sparks anxiety and stress in a lot of people's minds. However, it does not have to be this way. It's not a situation we like to consider, but it's an unfortunate reality. Many unemployment, often perceived as a daunting challenge, can indeed be an intimidating ordeal. But there's no need to panic or worry excessively. Indeed, job loss, while a significant life event, doesn't necessarily equate to catastrophe. It's a transition that millions have navigated successfully, and you can too. But how do we do this? How do we navigate uncharted territory with confidence instead of fear? Well, that's what this video is all about. We are here to support and guide you, illuminate the path ahead, and make this journey less overwhelming. We will delve into the critical steps to undertake in the aftermath of job loss in Canada. You will learn about resources available to you, strategies for financial survival, ways to maintain your emotional well-being, and techniques to aid in securing new employment. This comprehensive guide is aimed at empowering you, instilling confidence, and helping you turn this challenge into an opportunity for growth and new beginnings. The purpose of this video is to make the experience of job loss feel less like a terrifying plunge into the unknown and more like a navigable journey. Firstly, take a deep breath. It's crucial to remain calm and composed in moments of crisis. Losing a job can be emotionally draining and may even seem catastrophic, but remember, it's vital to keep our cool. It's easy to let panic set in and lose sight of the bigger picture, but let's take a moment to center ourselves. It's important to remember that we are not alone in this experience. Many people have gone through a similar situation and have emerged stronger and more resilient. Losing a job can be a tough blow to your self-esteem, but don't let it define you. Your worth is not determined by your employment status. It's determined by your character, your resilience, and your ability to bounce back from adversity. Rather than focusing on the loss, let's shift our perspective a bit. Let's see this as an opportunity for a fresh start, a chance to chart a new course. Losing a job doesn't necessarily equate to losing your career. It's an opportunity to rethink your goals, to reassess your skills, and to explore new avenues that might have been closed off before. Now, you have been given a chance to start anew, to redefine your path. You might discover talents you didn't know you had, or interests you hadn't had the chance to pursue. You might find a new passion or even a new career. Embrace this change as a unique opportunity to learn and grow. Remember that every setback is a setup for a comeback. Use this time to reflect, to learn, and to grow. Remember, it's not the end of the world, it's a new beginning, a chance to explore different opportunities. The next step is to think about your severance package. Severance packages are employed in various professional scenarios across Canada. These compensations serve as the final paychecks to employees whose employment is being terminated. The complex web of rules and regulations surrounding severance packages can often be quite daunting, but understanding these is a crucial aspect of navigating job transitions. The laws are clear regarding fact that employers are required to provide notice or pay in lieu of notice when terminating employment. The precise amount of compensation you are owed varies and is calculated based on several key factors. These include your length of service at the organization, the nature and responsibilities of your position, and your age. All these aspects intertwine to determine your entitlement. Negotiating your severance package is a step that requires careful thought and consideration. Don't rush into signing any agreements without thoroughly understanding terms laid out. It's essential to take your time to read, understand, and reflect upon the conditions. It could be beneficial to seek legal advice if you feel uncertain or overwhelmed by the process. Remember, it's your right to get what you're entitled to. Our principal concentration before we transition to discussing release letters is the comprehension of how severance pay is determined in Canada. The amount of severance pay is no arbitrary sum dreamt up by your employer. Instead, it's a methodically computed value that is influenced by multiple factors. These elements include, but are not limited to, your years of active service, the role you held, and your age. In the grand scheme of Canada's employment landscape, the least amount of severance pay you can expect to receive is typically equivalent to a week's pay for each year you've been in service. However, this is not a hard and fast rule and is subject to potential variation. This fluctuation makes it all the more critical for employees to have an adept understanding of how their severance pay is calculated, so they do not find themselves at a disadvantage. The employment standards adopted in Canada serve as a fundamental baseline. They primarily consider how much time you might require to secure a job that is on par with your previous one. This knowledge can be empowering and can help you ensure you're getting what you're entitled to. Now let's dive deep into the world of release letters. A release letter, often misunderstood, is a legal document, and its significance cannot be overstated. Picture this. You are sitting in front of your employer, they slide a piece of paper towards you, a release letter. It might be a routine procedure, but it's much more than that. It's an agreement that you are about to sign, an agreement that waives your rights to sue your employer in the future. Imagine realizing later that you have willingly relinquished your rights and you can no longer hold your employer accountable for any grievance. This can be a troublesome circumstance, especially if you were not aware of the implications when you decided to sign. Therefore, don't rush into it. Don't be hasty. This is a step that needs careful consideration. It's important to ensure you fully understand what you're signing. Read every line, every clause carefully. If the language of the legal document is too complex or if you're unsure, don't hesitate to seek help. Reach out to a legal expert or a trusted advisor, someone who can explain it better. Legal advice can save you from potential pitfalls and regret later on. So it is vital to remember, a release letter might seem simple. It is not just another document. It is a significant agreement that has the potential to have lasting implications on your rights. Don't underestimate it. Be aware, be informed. If in doubt, seek legal advice. Once you've tackled the severance and release letter, it's time to delve deeper into the aspects of employment insurance, referred to as EI. So what precisely is EI? In its broadest terms, it's a financial safety net offered by the Canadian government to workers who have lost their jobs, not due to any fault of their own, but because of circumstances beyond their control. It's essential to understand that not everyone is automatically eligible for EI. There are certain qualifications you must meet, and one of the most significant is the employment hour requirement. Specifically, you need to have worked a certain number of insurable hours within the past year, or to put it in another way, during the preceding 52 weeks. Insurable hours, simply put, are the hours you've worked and for which you've paid EI premiums. This count is crucial because only these hours will be considered when determining your eligibility for EI. It's not about how long you've been with a company, but about the actual time you've spent working and contributing to the insurance scheme. This information is vital and can make a significant difference when you find yourself unexpectedly out of work. It's a comfort to know that support is available, that you're not alone, and that there's a system in place to help you through challenging times. In Canada, if you lose your job through no fault of your own and have worked the required number of insurable hours in the last 52 weeks, you may be eligible for EI. So, how much can you receive? Let's delve into the mathematics of it. The calculation of insurance benefits, or EI benefits, is primarily based on a percentage, 55% to be precise. Now, this percentage is applied to your average weekly earnings, the ones that are insurable. It's not an arbitrary number, but a well-grounded figure. This percentage is devised to ensure that you receive a substantial portion of your weekly income, managing to maintain a balance without drastic changes until you resume work. However, there is a limit to how much you can receive. As of the latest update in January 2024, the maximum amount is $573 per week. It's essential to understand that this is the cap, the highest possible amount one can receive. Bear in mind that your benefit amount is not set in stone. The actual figure can vary based on several factors related to your individual financial situation. But remember, the actual amount you receive will depend on your specific situation. Losing a job can be a challenging experience, but with the right knowledge and guidance, you can navigate through it successfully. Remember, it's not a setback, but a setup for a comeback. With every ending, there's a new beginning. Thanks for watching. Stay positive, stay focused, and keep moving forward.